Hey, so what do you think? More people in Venice, or
are we getting? You're not getting any sound. Are you gonna mute? Are you gonna sync sound?
Yeah, definitely.
Is that okay? So, but what are you shooting here? You're shooting 24p. You're shooting 60i embedded as 24p. Is that going to work well with that?
Probably not.
Okay, do you want me to address this camera? Definitely.
Address that camera. I'm gonna.
I think there's probably twice as many people as. Want me to look at this one? Look at this one.
He's got sound.
I'm confused. Are you not going to sing?
He's got sound right there.
Can I have you hold it, please? My arm is killing me.
Well, I think there's probably definitely twice as many people here as LA, and we've even got lighting. We've got a little bit of lighting on there. Let's bring that smoke. Bring it back. Thank you. Definitely, we're in Times Square. It's about 8:30. It's 8:30. I know, something like that. No, is it?
It's like 9:30 or something.
No, it's not. 8:42. It's 8:42. You're obviously on a different time zone, and we have the biggest DSLR meetup in the history of mankind. So,
especially the one next to you.
What I find kind of ironic though is I am currently being filmed on a Sony AVC HD camcorder. So not only am I in focus, but he's in focus, so is the background sign. Everybody's in focus.
That's the best.
Yeah, that's the new shallow depth of field. It's called deep depth of field. Watch out for it. So yeah. Oh yeah, it's a nice camera.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people, isn't it?
Gets the pictures, you see.
I just need to point out that I'm actually being filmed on interlaced right now, which doesn't make anybody look good. Have you ever heard of progressive?
But this is Times Square.
It doesn't matter.
This is the mecca of tourism.
Yeah, but you're shooting in interlaced. It looks SH asterisk star T. No, I'm confused. It looks shit. I hope you're going to de-interlace that in post. This is the this is the new anti-fog.
I saw the picture.
Try and fog it. No
That's what happened to me.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. This is Tram Hudson. Tram Hudson is the genius. He is Magic Lantern. He is the guy who is going to make all our dreams come true one day. Are you going to make all our dreams come true, Tram?
By doing what? What exactly are you planning on doing?
Well, I'm working on software to improve the 5D and the 7D.
You're from Canon?
No.
He should be. Tram should be from Canon.
That's a common question, and if anyone from Canon is watching, I'd love to chat.
Have you not spoken to Canon yet?
No one from Canon has.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. You know, where's Tom Smith?
Tim, there is somebody coming. We'll make sure you talk to him. I've got to get you in touch with Tim Smith because that is nuts.
Yeah, it just seems to be the things that they could do that would be so fast for them. You know, that take me weeks.
Yeah.
You know,
you've done all the hard work.
Right.
You've done all the hard work for free, and you've made it possible for people to use crazy things like headphones on the 5D.
You know, isn't that a radical idea?
Radical idea.
Radical idea. Be able to listen to what you're recording.
I know. I mean, you know, he's using dual system sound simply because he cannot monitor his sound out of the camera.
I cannot stand doing dual system.
Well, it's complicated. And on your own, it's hard work.
It slows you down.
Yeah. It's fine for you've got a team, but on your own, it's a pain.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But do you know how many times it's been downloaded?
It was over 15,000 last time I checked, and no bricked cameras yet.
And this was the 5D firmware.
5D firmware.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 7D firmware isn't working enough
How's
for
your
anyone else.
2.04 coming along?
Got it running right here.
Nice.
So it's reasonably stable. This is auto boot. If you haven't tried that,
much better.
So it comes up automatically. It starts running it.
Those are like levels. I've heard of those on video cameras.
Yeah, it's again, and overexposure.
What have you got on there?
That's the 8mm.
8mm. That is awesome.
That's
So you're seeing a sound level on there as well?
Yeah. So you get live sound. You get crop marks.
This is Renat Zarbailo for Innomind.org. I'm conversing with Anthony, who is the organizer of today's meetup, with Philip Bloom. Anthony, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Tell me a little bit about how everything started, how you organized this. How did you hear about Philip Bloom in the beginning? Maybe perhaps a little brief history.
When I first bought the Canon, he was one of the main reasons why I bought the Canon, because of his work. And I met him at an event a year ago at it's called Reframe. And from there, him and I got to know each other, and we kept in touch on Twitter. And I kept telling him he's got to come to New York to do a workshop, and he mentioned that he was going to be in town, and he was going to do a meetup. And I told him, well, let's start getting it announced on Twitter. So I took the upper hand and started telling everybody on Twitter that we're having this event.
I see. Is this your first organized meetup dedicated to digital photography? I mean, digital cinematography, I guess.
Yes, it's actually my first. Really, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the official organizer. I just kind of took the, I just took initiative and did it on my own, and nobody else was doing it. And I mean, Philip Bloom's site is enough, really. But
I see.
I wanted to get a count. We wanted to really know how many people were going to be here, and that's why I did that.
And the other radical feature, crop marks.
What do you want those for? You don't know what your framing is.
I know.
Yeah.
So, but we've got some other cool things coming. The USB support is coming along.
Yeah.
View Factor should be coming up with something for that.
Great.
So you get Bluetooth follow focus. Put it on your Steadicam. Put it on your jib.
Yeah.
We got scripting. We got all the good stuff. All that's working. But the 1080i while recording is iffy.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing that would take Canon or somebody with documentation, a couple hours to work.
Because you're spending all your time trying to retro work it all out.
Engineer it,
Yeah, retro engineer it.
So have to poke at it and see what happens.
Whereas they know everything that you're trying to work out. So you're spending most of the time you're just trying to work it all out, how it all works.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's fun. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, well, we'll sort this out.
All right. Well,
Definitely.
Phil, it's great to finally meet you.
You too.
After a year chatting.
Yeah, it's really good to meet you.
So what's your first impression of Philip now that you met him?
He's much taller than I expected.
Yeah, I mean,
you're on a slope.
I see.
It's killing me because of it. So, what can you tell the world in regards to, digital photography in terms of filmmaking?
I think the 5D and the 7D are astounding. They're cheap. They're everywhere. They're revolutionary, absolutely. That they got me into filmmaking. Out of my boring computer programming job.
And I think they've got a lot of people here into filmmaking who, I think the majority of people here aren't professionals, but they are now got this love of shooting, and every improvement they got, they're out filming. And that is down to these cameras. That's pretty amazing.
Can you give us a brief history of how you got involved into digital photography, cinematography perspective-wise? If you can frame it that way.
On May the 3rd, I will celebrate my 1-year anniversary of Canon 5D shooting. So that's when I bought my first 5D, was May the 3rd last year.
Only a year?
I've only had it almost a year. So prior to that, it was full-size cameras, which I still shoot mostly on, actually. Don't tell anybody that. And a Letus 35mm adapters, been using those a lot. But I have been obsessed with getting 35mm look for many, many years. And now we can go to B&H Photo down the road, or we can even go to Best Buy and buy a Rebel T2i and get that look. So,
you recently reviewed, I believe, the NX, right? The Sony NX?
I've never even touched it. I've never even touched Sony NX. It looks interesting. Don't know much about it. I think the cameras I'm most curious about are like the new Panasonic that we've just seen with the GH1 chip in it. That looks interesting. And that Sony camera with an APS-C chip in it, that looks really cool. I think the problem is we've all been spoilt with large sensors, and for us to get excited about 3rd-inch chip camcorders now, it's kind of difficult to get excited, even if they got 422 and great recording systems and everything like that. We're still we've been spoilt with these large sensors and incredible light sensitivity. I think it's going to be very difficult for many people to get excited by anything other than a large chipped camera now.
All right, so in regards to rolling shutter, what can you say? I mean, what do you see HDSLR cinematography 5-10 years from now? Do you think they're going to resolve this issue?
In 5-10 years from now, will we still have rolling shutter with HDSLRs? I don't know if we'll still be shooting on HDSLRs in 5-10 years from now. Well, I mean, I'm sure we will. Some people will be. The industry is moving so fast, I couldn't tell you. But rolling shutter is only, it is an issue all you need to know is be aware of it. Like any camera I've used in 20 odd years of shooting, be aware of its limitations, whether it's the low light, whether it's the battery life, whether it's the size of it, the expense of it, or the rolling shutter releasing. Just be aware of what the camera has floor-wise and shoot around it. And if you can do that, with rolling shutter certainly, control your movements. Use rigs like the Zacuto rig here, tripods, monopods. You know, you're shooting on a Merlin, you know, use a glide camera Merlin, you know, anything like that, and it won't be an issue. Just don't whip pan around it. Don't go off-roading and come out the sunroof and expect to get great footage. You're not. You know, it's got its limitations. Like everything, it has its strengths and its weaknesses, and just play to its strengths and just try and avoid its weaknesses.
So the EX3 review is the first time I ever saw or heard of you.
Oh, really?
Like, I guess that wasn't that long ago. A year and a half?
2 years ago. Only 2 years ago.
It's like, who the heck is like?
Only 2 years ago? Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Well done. I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
What about overheating of DSLRs over long, you know, shots? What can you say about that?
Yeah, the key thing to overheating is do. You want me to hold the camera?
My shoulder is.
Okay. The key thing to overheating with any of these cameras is do what I do, which is live in a cold country. If you live in the cold country, you won't have any issues with overheating. The only times I've ever had issues with overheating has been in hot countries. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do solid recording over long periods of time, yeah, you're going to get overheating. The 5D doesn't tell you it's overheating, which is worse than a 7D. You're far better off with a 7D telling you it's overheating than overheating.
It does.
Does it tell you?
It does. It does.
It doesn't give you the warning. It doesn't give you the temperature warning.
Yeah, it pops up a red warning when it overheats.
Yeah, but by that point the footage is already degraded.
Yeah.
Whereas the 7D will put it up before the footage degrades to warn you that it is going to start degrading.
The other option is get it right there.
Okay. Cover it in a nice pack. Yeah.
Oh, like that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire movie, or what was that? Target Shooter. A millionaire from.
Slumdog Millionaire. Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah. They were using ice packs for like long shots of running cameras.
What, on the SI2K?
That's what I heard today.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah. Now, there's always ways around it. There's always ways to work around it. Yeah, why not use an ice pack? Why not? As long as you've got a waterproof body, it'll be fine. Don't stick it on a T2i.
My next question is
Another one.
what is your favorite non-DSLR camcorder as of today?
Big camcorder or small camcorder?
Something of this nature, like this compact.
What, your little thing?
Yeah. No, don't compare that. This is.
No, they're good. I mean, I like the Canon Vixia HFS11, I think it's called, or HF11. I can't remember. That's really nice. I just bought this little Panasonic one which shoots 1080p, 60p.
You buy cameras?
I buy all my cameras.
I like it.
Yep, 1080p, 60p, and that's been kind of cool. And that, I don't know what it's called. It's TM700, I think it's called. Shoots 1080p, 60p in AVC HD.
It's a big rig.
No, it's tiny. It's like yours. So like, and that's kind. Yeah, it's pretty good. The key thing is 1080p, 60p. No other camcorders do it. I still love the Sony EX camcorders. So yeah, there's loads still out there I love.
For slow motion, right? 60p is important.
60p is great, yeah, for slow motion. I don't like the look of 60p normal speed. It looks pretty much as crappy as your interlaced.
Do you have an upgraded Phantom camera?
Phantom, no, I haven't shot with the Phantom. No, I'd like to.
That's like thousands of frames.
Yeah, but you need a lot of light. A lot of light. Lot of light, yeah. More than we got here. We wouldn't see much with this.
How much is that one?
Lots of money.
But we already have most of it already. We're missing this.
Yeah. That's about $1,300, $1,400.
No, I don't know, but I did.
Maybe more.
With the lens.
No, you don't get the lens with it. Don't be silly.
That's pretty nice.
Don't be silly.
Just this piece right here.
Just this here.
Follow focus.
Just that.
Whoa.
Look disappointed.
How many of those you make in one night?
Me?
I got the other one.
That's pretty nice.
Whoa!
Went through the subway. That's nice though. That's crap.
I think Christina did.
That's well done.
I haven't even set it up yet.
This is the flippable one, so you can rotate it. But it's not. The only downside to it is you can't adjust the play in it. So you get any play in it, tough luck. You've got to send it back.
I'll admire it before.
I see. Then we'll go right to the gear. Cool stuff.
It's easy to set
So
up.
you have more resistance? Or that's just for looks?
Yeah.
Easy to
set up, yeah.
Yeah. I think this is at 2.5 times. I'm not sure.
It is. We tested it.
I can't wait. That's the one I ordered.
That's nice.
Have you looked at it?
No, not yet. I've never even tried one of these. Ooh, there we go.
What's your impression of New York? Truly.
Well, I know New York quite well, so I've been here many, many times before. It's
Has it changed?
A little bit. Last time I was here, Times Square wasn't pedestrianised, so I haven't been here for a while, which is nice, and it's much the same.
Right. You travel a lot.
Yeah.
What people do you find the most, how can I say, technically knowledgeable about DSLRs and cinematography? What do you consider, like, if you were to pick a spot in the world, what do you consider the mecca of, digital cinematography?
Oh, well, London, of course. London's the mecca of everything. We invented everything. We invented DSLRs. Canon's based in London. Everything.
Sliced bread, the wheel, everything.
London.
Everything.
Absolutely. We invented the world.
It went right.
Yes. Jesus was born in London.
Is that true?
That is true. Bethlehem is a suburb of South London.
Michael Jackson,
English.
Kennedy,
English.
who else? I forget. There's so many important names we should mention today.
I think we mentioned them all, haven't we?
Yes.
Roman France.
France?
He's not really French, though.
The whole France actually is Britain.
We invented the French.
Invented the French.
Well, actually, I am actually half
With
French.
or without their permission?
I'm actually half French, so I'm allowed to say that.
Comment allez-vous, monsieur?
Très bien, merci.
All right. So, what's your last word about today's meeting with the crowd?
I need a drink.
You are drinking.
I need an alcoholic drink.
You need a much stronger drink than this.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Great,
Thank you,
welcome.
Philip. All right.
Good. Thank you.
I did too.
How you doing?
Hey, good.
Tell me about your rig.
Oh, this rig.
What inspired you? Why you shoot people? What did they do to you to be shot?
They didn't do anything to me, just that they exist. Everyone is worth shooting. Everyone is worth shooting. Yes, because we have to know everything about everything we experience,
Do you shoot first, ask questions later, or the other way around?
It depends on when I get there. I'll shoot anybody who I can ask a question to. If I can't ask a question, I won't shoot.
Philip, what do you consider to be professional?
Simple. A very simple way of defining a professional amateur. Getting paid to use the camera.
Otherwise, it's a hobby.
Well, yeah, of course. Unless you get paid for it, you're not actually a professional. As soon as you get paid for it, you can call yourself a professional. Even if you're rubbish, you're still a professional.
My name is Richard. I'm here in New York, Times Square.
Right.
One of these gatherings. Here's a 7D, right? Here's the T2i, 550D in England, Europe. And the main thing is that the T2i is much smaller and lighter.
Yeah, can you give like a little side-by-side comparison?
Well, here, you gotta raise the camera higher.
That's the 7D?
This is the 7D, yeah.
7D.
7D, so if we raise it up high, you can see better the size difference.
Okay. You mean like this?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Oh, yeah, big difference, big difference. How is this on your arms?
The weight, well, the weight is half the weight, too.
Half the weight.
And the price is half the price.
So you don't
Almost
have
half
to
the weight.
wait that much to start up the camera, is that what you're saying? Half the weight. No? I'm just, okay, go on.
No,
What was your name, Chris?
it's not Richard, yeah.
Richard.
It's not like a red camera, you don't have to wait.
Right.
Yeah, it starts up right away. Anyway, the main thing is that this rig is made by a guy named Sam Morgan. And he's got this...
Is he like Morgan Freeman's friend or relative?
Yeah, he owns the whole thing. Yeah, okay.
Okay, all right. So, hold on. This is like a skating thing, isn't it?
It's a skateboard. It's a friction mount.
You did it yourself?
No, I told you this guy's Sam Morgan.
He's my monopod.
Flatheads, that's what it is. Really simple shot.
It's a bit lower, Jacob.
Oh my god, look at those.
Man, your rig's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's that little guy.
Little guy, it's like having a big car. Two audios.
Oh yeah.
So why is it important to have a wheel here?
So that you don't have to take your hand off the handle to focus. So you have a nice stable.
Oh, but only on a tripod. You keep on trying.
No, I got too many things in my hands. I'll show you a handheld too.
Right.
I'll be steadier than you are with your Steadicam.
Walking?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, kind of, sort of. Well, I've been doing it a long time. So here, you ought to hold this.
So, what else can you tell about your rig and why is it important to have such a setup compared to, oh, okay, so you just put it in your hand and start walking, right?
Yeah.
When did you first talk to Philip and, you know, what got you involved into, you know, I guess considering him as a guru in digital photography or digital cinematography?
Well, the following he has is tremendous. I mean, anytime, I remember when I was out in Reframe and I met him in person. I
Reframe where? Where was it happening?
Reframe is an event in San Francisco. It's basically a wedding event videographers who are changing the way videos look in the wedding industry. And he was invited to speak there about the Canon and the workflow. So, and that's where I met him in person and got to know him on a personal level. So that's.
Are you a professional cinematographer yourself, or?
I am now. I have a Canon 5D Mark II.
The Mark II.
I've had it pretty much since it came out, and it's pretty much all I shoot with now. I have a Sony EX1, but I don't shoot with it anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Even the rolling shutter does not keep you away from digital SLR.
No, I try not to pan too quickly. So
you just stay.
Yeah, I do a lot of steady shots. I'm hoping to get a Steadicam at some point when I can afford it. But for now, I stick to static shots, and I get great compliments. You got a lot of people with websites with old video, and I tell them, I says, look, I can redo your video in beautiful quality. That's what I use this for.
What do you see digital cinematography, say, 5 years from now?
Oh, that's so hard to. I see them taking the sensor, the chip from this camera, and putting it into a body of a video camera. That's what I see coming. And
how come they never did that before? I mean, was it expensive, or what was the issue?
Canon expected this. I don't think Canon expected this kind of popularity with this camera shooting video. I think they felt they wanted to give photographers a chance to shoot video with high quality, and that's what this was, and it just opened up a whole world that they didn't see coming, and that's what explains the firmware updates, not having manual control and all that stuff. I think that's why we saw that, is because they didn't expect the video guys and the filmmakers to come in and do this. Right. We're trying to create a network of DSLR shooters here. So
is there a website, dedicated website?
Yeah, Quintano, Quintano.
Guantanamo Bay. I'm just
no G.
I'm just
a Q. QuintanoMedia.com, and my Twitter name is Quintano Media, and all my social networking stuff is on there.
Where are you from?
Philadelphia.
Never heard of it.
No?
Where are you from? Never heard of it. Where are you from?
Here.
Times Square.
Literally born right here.
You were born just there?
I was born right there.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Wow. So you're a native?
Yeah.
Where were you actually, where do you live?
Queens.
Queens. Oh,
The other borough.
That's over there?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. And where are you from?
Brooklyn, New York.
You sound it. I know that I can tell a Brooklyn accent anytime.
Originally from Baku. Take a wild guess what it is.
Baku?
B-A-K-U. Where do you think on planet Earth it is?
Well,
France.
Somewhere in Europe.
Paris.
It's Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe?
I'm gonna give you a hint.
Go on.
Caucasus.
Caucasus. I've had those treated recently.
Georgia?
You give up?
Yeah.
It's right next to Georgia. Come on, you can do it.
Oh, Kyrgyzstan? No. Ukraine? No. What else is next to Georgia?
Armenia?
Starts with A.
Armenia?
Ends with N.
Armenia?
Starts with A, ends with N.
Amsterdam.
Whoa. In Caucasus. You make movies. You give up?
Yes.
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan! I know, well, I've been there so many times.
I am a mountain Jew.
You're a mountain Jew?
Not Mountain Dew, Mountain Jew.
Mountain Dew or Mountain Jew?
Mountain Jew.
So you're a mountain Jew?
Yeah. Not
So you have the temple up on the top of the mountain?
I guess so.
Gotcha, I understand.
We can see everything from above. Good stuff. Where are you originally from?
A place called London.
Where?
London.
Let me.
It's too loud. Yeah.
Repeat.
London!
Yes, Times Square is hearing it.
You heard of it? It's the capital of the world.
Oh yeah? You're in the capital of the world.
We invented
now.
everything.
In 17th century.
We owned the world around then. Yeah, we gave it away.
Back then.
Too much trouble. We knew that people like Roman would come here, and you know.